My name is Adeolu Akinyemi, and I'm presenting from Lagos. And I'm excited to be here today because I want to talk about something that I'm very passionate about, and I'm very passionate about financial freedom. I'm extremely passionate about helping people consciously build their lives, not around becoming financially independent, but around becoming financially free. And in case you're wondering, what is freedom about? Okay. I want to show you very quickly what freedom is about. Freedom is about making sure that you build a system around your life that ensures that you have built a system that pays you residual income so that when you are no longer strong enough to live the life that you lived when you were in your 20s and 30s and 40s, you can continue to sustain the lifestyle that you had built for yourself. Now, money is not the most important thing in the world. So said a poor man who didn't have enough of it and really bothers a lot about it. Now, I'm not saying that money is the most important thing in the world. I'm saying that money is a tool, is a defense. It helps you to be able to utilize and make use of the other things that you need. I tell people, yeah, one of the things you need to get very straight in your mind is that you are not going to live the best kind of life that you want to live without resources. So a child is born not as an adult, but as a baby, because he's going to need food, which costs money. He's going to need education, which costs money. He's going to need spiritual growth, called, which manifests as love. He needs to love other people, which requires resource. Love is denied full expression by lack, said a guy by the name Williams Wallace, who authored the book Science of Getting Rich. He says love is denied full expression by lack. You want to tell somebody that you love them, you want to appreciate them, but you don't have the resources to. It basically holds you back from doing as much as you can do. So today, I want to talk about a very sensitive topic about opportunity. And I tell people every day around you, there are opportunities. The reason why people are poor is not because of a lack of opportunities, it's because of a lack of insight into how to convert those opportunities into value. Wealth is really just an idea. I've seen people that are wealthy that are not as smart as people that are not wealthy. I've seen people that are wealthy that not come from the privileged nations that people who are supposed to be wealthy come from. I've seen people who are wealthy male, I've seen female, I've seen illiterates, and I've seen educated. Excuse me. That wealth is not a respecter of gender, it's not a respecter of tribe, it's not a respecter of many things that we allude to, but it's a respecter of understanding a few key principles and playing by them. And if you're here today, I'm sure you're here today because you're looking for opportunity. I'm sure you're here today because you like the possibility and the thoughts about passive income. And I want to ask a question today. I don't know if you have noticed, but somebody help me today. You have noticed. If you have noticed, answer me and tell me what you have seen that confirms what I'm saying. Have you noticed that the price of things have become expensive, more expensive before lockdown? Sorry, than before lockdown? Have you found out that the cost of transportation is more expensive now than before lockdown? Have you discovered that the price of rice, beans, gari, foodstuff, and normal amenities is more expensive now than before the lockdown? If you have observed this, can you just type in the window what you have observed? I'd like us to share some very interesting thoughts. So if you are like me, you probably have discovered. Okay, so somebody says yes. The says yes. So can you give examples today? Can you share in the window the things you have discovered are more expensive? I actually have somebody who sent something to me. Let me see if I can find it, of how things have become expensive in this time. So please share. Let's share. I want us to have an interaction today. You have observed that things have become more expensive in this time than they were before. Please share. Okay. The problem with someone like me is whenever I want to share something new, if I have the opportunity to share again, I probably want to just share something different. So if you have observed that things have become more expensive around you, share. Okay. Somebody says transaction costs. Okay. I like those examples. Let's give real data. Okay. Transaction costs. Anything else? What else has increased in your own estimation? What have you seen? And you look at things and you're like, wow, things have gotten more expensive since after lockdown. Okay, don't just say yes. I want to know an example of what has gotten more expensive. Okay, someone says transport costs. People are saying yes. I want to know what you are observing is becoming more expensive. So someone said something to me, and I'd like to show you one of the things that somebody said. Okay, so we can all allude to a number of things that are becoming double in value. 1 second. that are becoming okay. I'm sure you can still hear me. I had a disconnection on one of my devices. I hope you can hear me now. Someone says no voice popping. Can you hear me now? Okay. If you can hear me loud and clear, just type yes in the window. And we'll take this on from where we stopped it. Okay. Yes. Excellent. I can see a doctor. Okay, good. Can you hear me now? Excellent. Okay, so I had to just basically shift sound between two devices. So things are getting more expensive. We all agree to that. Okay, I'd like to show you something very quickly. So somebody sent this to me and I'd like us to look at it together. So if you look at your screen in front of you, you can see transportation. This is in Lagos. Okay, 200 naira before, now 400. Gari was 7,000 and 9,000. I don't know about in what area, but I think in many of the places you go to, you probably realize that it's gotten a lot more expensive than that. Okay, so if you look at rice, it's gotten more expensive. Yams have doubled literally in price. So we can all allude to all of those things happening. And even egg has gotten more expensive. Now, I don't know if you know what this means, ladies and gentlemen, but what this means very quickly, if you're following me, is the price of products is not consulting whether you want to earn extra income or not. Things are getting more expensive. Things have become more expensive, and they will become more expensive. They don't consult you before they decide to become more expensive. It means that if for you to earn, for you to be able to accommodate what has suddenly come upon all of us, you need to earn extra income. And while we're here today, if you're a guest, fantastic. If you're a member, fantastic. I want to show you today the paradigm that you need to have to begin to create extra income. If you are here today and you would like to earn an extra monthly income of over 100,000 naira, can you just type in the window me? Just say me. Okay, say me 3 times. Say me twice. Say me once. Just type me there. Okay, good. I can see Lativa really is saying me. Okay, you like to earn an extra, a little extra of more than 100,000 naira. And more than 100,000 naira can mean 500, it can mean 100, it can mean 200, it can mean 500, it can mean 1 million, it can mean a lot more. Good. I can see that we resonate with that. That's one. Two, you don't only need to earn extra income so that you can survive. Unfortunately, many people's mindsets are locked around, let me just survive. The same skills you need to thrive is the same skills you need to survive. The same skills you need to be okay is the same skills you need to be, the same skills you need to be wealthy. Now, the only thing that limits you from being okay and being wealthy is a mindset. And if you can change that mindset today, if you can alter that mindset today, you can get to achieve a lot more. Now, if you are here today, one of the reasons why you need to earn extra income is so that there can be something left off after you have taken care of all the things you need to take care of. Okay, there are some things that compulsorily you need to take care of them. After you are taking care of all of these things, the question is what is left. Now, that what is left, you need to be able to take what is left and create a system, invest in different vehicles that are able to grow to a point that it can pay you passive income in the days when you can no longer work, rather than depending on children, rather than depending on people, on the government. Everyone needs to be able to create a sustainable system around them that allows them to be okay in the times when they can no longer work the way they can work today. So if you are interested in learning about how you can make money and then manage the money and ensure that you are creating residual income in the days when you are no longer as young as you are today, can you type in the window there, me as well? Just say me as well. Okay, so if it's me as well, if it's you as well, just type it there, me as well. And that's what we want to talk about today. Good. Latifah, really, I can see that you're passionate and you're pumping and you're driving. Henry and Nahulu, well done. From your Shaolu, excellent. Me as well. Okay, excellent. So what we want to talk about today is how do we make these things a reality? And I'll tell you. So there's a very basic formula for wealth. And that basic formula for wealth says W equals to VKN. And I feel like a teacher today. I have a few minutes. I'm not going to talk for long, but I want us to have a very impactful meeting and be able to, to learn some value from this. So let me see if I can get my dashboard today and show you something that I think will be useful. Where's my annotation board? I like to just show you some things today. So wealth is WKN. Let me see if I can get that. Okay, let me share my screen. Let me share the whiteboard. So I like you to look at the whiteboard in front of you. I like to make a few marks, if you will allow me. And so this basically says it says W, yeah, forgive my equation, equals to V N, and then of course somewhere here there is K. And in case you're wondering today, what exactly is W, what is K, and what is N, I'll explain it very quickly. W is wealth, okay? And VKN or KVN is how you achieve wealth. What is V? V is value, okay? V is value. V equals to value, and usually value is a function of something very important. It's a function of problems solved, okay? So what creates value is when I'm able to identify a problem and I'm able to solve the problem that I am able to, I'm able to see. So if I'm able to solve a problem, I have created value. Every time somebody creates value is because a problem was solved. So value is a function of problem solved. Okay, so I'll put there solution. It's a function of problem solved. So if you learn how to solve problems, you will know how to create value. If you know how to create value, then you will know how to create wealth. And what is N? N is very simple as well. N is the number of people. It's a function of the number of people, okay, that you are able to solve the problem for. If you are solving problems for one person, then you have a particular kind of wealth. If you are able to solve problems for millions of people, then you have wealth at another level. And K, very simply there, is called the coefficient of perception. So K is a function of perception. Okay, if somebody is learning something good today, K is a function of perception. It is how people perceive the value that you're adding. So it's perception. How do people perceive the value that you're adding? Do they perceive it correctly? Do they see that it's a big problem? Is it a big problem in that society? Okay, it's a value of perception. Now, so what does this mean? It means, for example, that in America, doctors are perceived to be more important based on the value of life than they are in, Kara. Okay, and because of that, they will pay a higher premium for health in those kind of environments. Now, this is the formula for creating wealth. So if we want to create wealth today, we need to identify problems to solve. We need to understand how many people do we need to solve this problem for, and we need to say how is this problem perceived in our environment. If we are able to do this very well, guess what? We have something amazing that we can be a part of. So let's look at that very quickly. And let me hear your thoughts. Okay, so I can see that you understand how wealth is created. So very quickly, let's look at something very interesting. What problem do you see in society today? There are many problems in society. I won't want us to have a seminar focusing on all the problems. But if we're able to solve problems, then we're able to create wealth. Now, let me ask you a question. You are here in this class today, and you know someone that has high blood pressure. You know someone that has diabetes. You know someone that has arthritis. You know someone that has, back pain or body pain. You know someone, a lady who has very, very painful menstrual pains. You have someone who has sinusitis. You know somebody who is asthmatic. You know somebody who always comes down with malaria regularly. You have somebody who has sickle cell. You have somebody who has one ailment or the other, or someone who complains to you that they're feeling stressed, or someone who has sleep challenges, is not sleeping well at night, or somebody who wants to have a baby. If you know one person in those categories, just type I know in the comment box. And if you know, and I like us to do this, let's put numbers around it. If everything I've described, you know, so roughly 5 people, 10 people, 20 people who have any of these challenges, just throw a number that gives a ballpark guess of the people within your very immediate circles that have any of these problems. Okay, these are examples of problems. Okay, do you know people? And let's not even go health. Let's go health alone. Let's also look at money problems. You have people around you that are complaining, I don't have money. I call it meningitis. It's not meningitis, it's meningitis. It means that the money, there's a problem with the money. But money is not flowing as it should flow. The money is not available as it should be available. That's why it's a space where we have a lot more people that have those problems. People want money. People want extra income. So you know somebody who needs extra income. You know somebody who needs to add a little extra to make a living, to make a living for themselves. You have people at these levels, just share, just to share, share, all of it. So very importantly, we all have people that have these problems. Good. High blood pressure. Okay, I can see we have many people with challenges. And of course, there's another problem that's very rampant in society, and it's called growing old. And this is not really a health problem, but it's still a health problem because guess what? As you begin to approach particular ages, some of your your body parts, some of your body elements begin to have some regular type of complaints as well. Some people go to bed and before daybreak, they have to wake up like 4 times, 6 times to take a leak because their bladder is getting full faster. There's something going on that is not what they were familiar with. Some people have challenges based on old age of reproductive, hormones and organs, not working as they should. Male issues of prostrate, male issues of erectile dysfunction are things that are on the increase as well. Those are in the realms of solving health problems, in the realm of solving aging problems, in the realm of solving money problems. There are also problems like hygiene. People want to use body creams, want to use herbal products. People are being careful about what they consume around their body because there are things that are developing around the body as well. They want to feed their whole body with health. Now, these are big problems. Ladies and gentlemen, from the number of people that we know, can we imagine the number of people that the people we know? Can we imagine the number of people that we know that they don't know? Can we imagine how big the audience is for being able to solve health challenges? Now, true to type, and I'll tell you this for free. True to type, these problems it's not just us discovering them. These are problems that a lot of people know exist. And I'll show you some statistics so that you just get perspective. Okay, so this is a very interesting analysis, which I hope you have seen before. If you have seen it before, fine. If you have not seen it before, I'll have you to look at this. Now, the reality is herbal concoctions and decoctions are being sold everywhere in the world. Singapore says over 80% of their population, and Singapore is the first world, use alternative medicine. In Europe, the percentages are higher than we know. I saw a World WHO report that shows that in developed nations, over 70 to 80% of their population still use some of these herbal decoctions to solve their health challenges. Now, the problem we have, particularly in Africa, is that a lot of people are selling these things on our streets, but the problem is that they are not safe for consumption because they are not approved by regulated bodies. They are not submitted to any regulation. They just carry water bottles and fill it with all sorts of things and mix it with all sorts of stuff, and they are not safe for consumption. The quality is questionable. Okay, the poor quality, there's no dosage, there are no expiry dates. You don't know how long ago what was given to you was formulated. And then, of course, effectiveness is a myth as well. They say, this one works very well. Once you use it like this, you will not be looking at a woman and just unable to perform anymore. And they give it all sorts of ridiculous names. And they say you won't just be looking because some people, they just look. They can't do anything because there's no function in some of the parts of their bodies anymore. It's not effective. Effectiveness is a myth. There's nobody who is curating data to say this product was used for arthritis, it worked. This product was used for this, it worked. We don't have all this kind of data, so there's a problem. Now, the solution to this problem is, can we have a product? Can we have a product range in the category that are NAFDAC approved? Can we have FDA approval as well? Can we do a lot of research to ensure that the products that we have are clinically tested, and that they are safe for human consumption, their toxicity levels are defined, and we know that they are safe? Can we have, quality? Can there be ISO standards? Can it be halal approved? Can we get approvals from a few bodies that monitor quality to say that these things are being done properly and in the best of environments? And can it be effective and quick action? Can we build a database of testimonials of people who have used the product, of positive feedback from people who have used the product for a variety of things? Can we have the involvement of pharmacies, doctors, scientists who interact with people from different phases of life and able to tell us that this is a quick and effective and that they truly, truly work? Now, that's the solution to that problem. And I'm happy to tell you today that this solution is what one of our partner companies, MMP, works on to ensure that it's available so that we can actually provide this opportunity. And guess what? The market validates, and the research that was done by WHO on traditional medicine, 2014-2023, said due to cultural and historical influences in some countries where conventional healthcare services are well established, 76 to 86% of the respective populations still commonly use traditional medicine. According to the Guardian newspaper, in a publication they made about 3 years ago, they say over 80% of adults in the city of Lagos drink herbal concoctions. A previous attempt to market a product in this category before had us seeing a market growth from $16,000 to $2.8 million within a space of 2 years. Our direct, customer segment is between people between the age of 25 and 65, and we think that the market available for this product within the locality of Nigeria, for example, is way over 20 million people, and across the world, it runs into billions and billions as well. If you look at the market size is big. So in Nigeria, we think serviceable, middle class. We just look at strictly middle class, and we strictly look at people who already take things in the herbal concoctions space. The serviceable market is over 20 million people. If we're able to take 20% of that market and target them for the products, that's 4 million plus buyers who buy regularly. And guess what? The global market for herbal supplements is huge. So what am I saying to you? I'm saying there is a problem, there is a solution, and we have sized and scoped the market, and we can see how big that market is. It is a huge market. Okay, it is a huge market. And what we're doing together as in Green Monday is basically aggregating people together to be able to combat this market. And I don't want to, like I said, today is not the day of long conversations and long stories. I just want to show you that there is an opportunity that you can be a part of. Okay. And, in being a part of that opportunity, you need to be able to recognize and say, look, this is what is available. This is what you can be a part of. This is what you can drive. This is something amazing and phenomenal that you can join in being a part of. So what Green Monday does essentially is say, you know what, these products are going to sell, these products are going to the market. If we're selling to 4 million customers who are buying on a daily basis, and they are buying this on a monthly basis, and they are buying the smallest products, which is the Reader Herbal Bitters, which is about 2,500 naira. That's the potentials of one. If you're buying one, and you can't just buy one, you buy for the family, you buy for the children. Children use it, wives use it, husband uses it, the whole family uses it. There are a few other products as well. But if it goes even as low as just one product that we're looking at, and we look at the 4 million potential, we're looking at the body wash, hand wash, and the other varieties of products that we solve with, fertility, with restore for women, fire for men, and all the rest of them. Even if it's just one of the products goes as deep as 4 million people who are buying on a monthly basis, we don't scope beyond Nigeria. We're just looking at Nigeria. If more than Nigeria happens, then it's bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's happening already. I have someone in the house today from the UK. I have someone in the house today from Canada. I have someone in the house today from US, people from around the world. So even in Nigeria's scope, this is a potential of 1 billion naira on a monthly basis in terms of sales that can happen in one product. Now, how are you going to benefit from this opportunity? Introducing Green Mondays. Green Mondays is an aggregation of about 4 companies who have come together, okay, to say, guess what? One company is bringing a platform, a technology platform, and a variety of opportunities to help people create wealth. One company is coming with a distribution model to ensure that people can share and recommend this to their friends and make phenomenal income doing the same. Another organization is saying, you know what, we're going to bring in telco. We're going to give you an extra benefit with telco to say that, you know what, everything that you do normally with your phone to get data, to get whatever, we can help you also get that, so that people who are already distributors with us in Green Monday can enjoy extra value. It's all about getting people together to drive a particular project, which is getting people an opportunity to be healthy and wealthy. And while we're doing that, we're providing layers and layers of value from end to end and from avenues to wealth to make that possible as well. Now, once upon a time, we talk about products. Today, we talk about the experience. And the experience you get with our products, there are a lot of freebies. So if you're here today and you're listening to me, there are so many freebies you get to enjoy. It's not just a lot about Reader. Yes, Reader is fantastic and phenomenal. This is one of our products. This is a hand wash. The world is moving into the space of hygiene, and we're, I make sure that happens as well. We have body wash and all those kind of things as well. But essentially, one of the places where we have made a very significant footprint is in alternative health. We're currently going through clinical trials for one of our primary products. But the company says, guess what? This is the only company you will find where you are paying a token to buy products that are more valuable than the price you pay, but they are also giving a lot of free fringe benefits. So say, when you come on board, over $2,500, $3,000 of value is given to you FOC. FOC means free of charge. You get a personalized website where you can track your business, track your team, have lead capture pages, have lead mails, have access to the tools you need to use to build your business. This portal is renewed every year for you. And track your genealogy, many businesses say thank you to you for referring people to them. In this business model, we don't say thank you for just referring people. You get paid for referring people. It doesn't stop there. We say that every transaction that happens as a consequence of the person you introduced also can be traced to you. Everything that happens from them can be traced to you. Everything that happens on from them can be traced to you for as long as 12 generations. Now that's phenomenal, because guess what? Everything you currently use today, check your house, check your car, check the movies you watch, check the places that your children go to school, check everything you're doing around today, and you will trace it to somebody who says something good about them, somebody who shows some people say, marketing research shows today that people recognize and respect more the recommendation of a friend than a very well crafted advertisement. You have the capacity not only to hear that the company is rewarding you, but you can track who came into your team. The company is giving you the transparency to see what is happening within your organization. That's not all. The company gives you access to this distributorship free of charge. In fact, it's not free of charge. It's at a cost to the company. The company is willing to sacrifice its own profits in your first purchase to ensure that you can get on board this and get going. Not only that, you have access to agency opportunities with travels, with real estate, with financial inclusion, with education, with telco, just by being on this platform. And then personal development is something we are very passionate about. We are extremely passionate about ensuring that people are developed. So we do trainings, we do in-house trainings, we bring external people to train. There's a training happening today by 7 p.m. You don't want to miss it. It's about understanding your brand, and it's totally divorced from any opportunity. It's just something out there to grow our distributors, to help people learn. We share with our distributors and we allow our distributors to share with their friends. So we have lots of training. We're putting on YouTube. There's a lot that you can learn from just being a part of this team. And of course, our mission is to inspire, to connect, and to empower. And we don't pay lip service to it. We actually do empower. So, and of course, you have enjoyment opportunities. We do tourism, we do holidays. We do holidays with a difference. People go for trips around the world many times. If you go to a trip with us, you will never forget it, because we go the extra mile, to wrap you around with luxury, to give you comfort, to give you a lifestyle that other people dream about. The company has done this over and over. Somebody was sharing a testimony yesterday of how they've been to over 10 countries via this. And not just being to, as just arriving there. So we go to Las Vegas, and we don't just go to Las Vegas. We go to Caesar's Palace, and we go and watch the $1 Million Show by Elton John. And we can watch it live. We go to Singapore and we go to Universal Studios and we go and see live, Steven Spielberg and how his laboratory and how what he does, how it works, and how he puts it together. We go to places, we go to Thailand and we go to the biggest restaurant in the world that seats 5,000 guests, and people are able to roller skate around this place. We go to, we go to Thailand and we do skydiving. We jump from the 65th floor of a building, and we do this, we have fun, we jump from an helicopter, we do amazing stuff. And it's fun. You can't put a price tag on that. So, ladies and gentlemen, you get on board this opportunity, you're going to get products worth more value than what you paid. Our recommended positioning is VIP, which is roughly about $1,600. If you don't have $1,600, you can start small and build and ramp up with time. But I tell people, try not to go below gold, because lower than that, there's not much more that you can do. So, of course, the products are tested and trusted. I don't know if there are people in the house today who want to share one story, one testimony, one positive feedback or the other. I can take just two as I gradually bring this meeting to a close. If you are here in the house and you would like to share, just say in the chat box, I would like to share, and then I'll give you voice for a second and disable the screen I'm sharing so that you can share. Just share a story, a testimony. Sometimes I feel that some of the people in this business are wicked, and I'm sorry if I offend you, because somebody says, I don't have a testimony, I don't have anything to share, and then all of a sudden, they share something that happened yesterday. And then you are listening to what happened yesterday and your mind is blown. And you're wondering, and you are going to keep quiet about that. You are not going to share that with us. Are you all right? Why will you keep that to yourself? So I've seen one hand today. I see Tutuyemi. I'm going to ask you to unmute. I'm also going to enable your camera so that you can show us yourself as well. So that people believe more when they can see the face and they know it's authentic. Not that I think it's authentic. So I'm going to enable Adeolu. You can unmute yourself and get ready to speak. So I can see your hand. I believe your hand means you want to share. So just go ahead and unmute yourself and then show your camera as well. So while you're doing that, so people share phenomenal testimonies. Somebody bossed me. Okay, where's Tutu? Okay, great. So I think Tutu is here. You can have the floor. Hello.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
We can't hear you. We can't
Can
hear
you hear now?
I don't know if there's voice where you are. I'm so sorry, we can't hear you.
Wow. Hello.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, people can hear me. I'm the one that can't hear. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Hello. I can hear you now, but it's not clear.
Wow. Hello.
Can you go ahead now? Go ahead now.
Okay. I said I gave my one of my neighbors the bitters 4 days ago, and then she came back and she was wondering. She said, "What did you say this thing is actually meant for?" And we started discussion, and she said that because she noticed that just taking it before going to bed, that she had a very stressful day, so she was meant to actually take paracetamol, but she was so tired she couldn't go to buy a paracetamol, so she ended up taking with her. By the time she woke up, she discovered that her energy was so, was just, on point, and that she normally when she go to wheel in the middle of the night to go back to sleep, and she went back to sleep. Yesterday, she looked at me again and said she has another testimony that she noticed her menstruation was her menstrual cycle was supposed to come, but she didn't know that it had started because normally she has a lot of pains when it's coming, but this time around she didn't have any pain. So that's one of my testimonies.
Okay, thank you very much. That's something we are very familiar with. That's a testimony that I'm actually, I can almost bet on that kind of testimony. It's something we're very familiar with. People who realize that their monthly period has come. Normally, it comes with a lot of pain and trauma, and guess what? They take reader and they find out that they didn't even know when it was going to come. It just came unannounced because somehow their pains has been managed, and of course a number of other issues. I got a testimony today, and I think I'll share while we wait for somebody else who wants to share. There's a testimony I saw today that was amazing. Yeah, people sleep well as well. So the issue of people sleeping, not having to wake up 4 times in the night, is something that we're very familiar with Reader Herbal Business as well. This testimony I saw of the Telegram group, and there's an audio with the family to confirm it. And it's about Parkinson's disease. And I think we make a small deal of our big deals. There are so many amazing things that happen on this platform that we're not going public with. And I saw this testimony and I'm like, this person has Parkinson's. This person has been shaking. It's an elderly woman. She shakes, regularly every day. The shaking is visible. She hardly can handle things. And then someone gave her Rida to try. And the shaking did not reduce. The shaking stops. I read yesterday. I'm like, what? And he said, look, I'm calling the lady now. And the person put on the phone and recorded the phone conversation. I'm calling the child now to confirm. This is a few days after. How are things going? And the girl confirms, mommy has stopped shaking. She's no longer shaking. She's getting balanced. It's amazing. Someone shared the testimony yesterday about stroke. So the person has been on stroke and bedridden for a few months, unable to move, unable to do anything, just bedridden. And then they took the reader bitters and they took the reader balm. She's drinking the bitters and she's applying the balm. And in just a week, she's able to move. She's beginning to move gradually. She's sharing positive feedback. It's incredible. Someone bossed me, Angela Ogochuku bossed me. I don't know if she's here. And if you want to share, please, you have, just show me your hand and I'll give you the floor. Okay, I can see Keloma wants to share. And says, look, this person had a diabetic sore. She had gone to doctors, nothing. She had gone to local doctors, nothing. And then everybody had recommended, it's time to cut this leg. It's a diabetic sore, it's growing, it's bad, it's developing all sorts of whatever looks as well. And then he doesn't say, no, try Rida. And he tries Rida. He drinks and then he applies topically. And after 3 days, he begins to say he's getting, he's itching him around the wound. That around the wound, he's having some itches. And then calls back after a few more days and he says he's healing. That he can't believe it. He's healing. And I said, look, I don't want to hear this kind of stories. I want pictures. Snap before, snap after. What we work with here is the positive feedback, the positive stories. Now, the Parkinson's, whatever, was not alone. The mess that person shared, and that person shared about the boy that was wounded. Something was used to hit his head when he was young. He became a bit psychotic. They rushed him to Yaba left. And he's been managing the crises. Then one of the aftermaths is that he shakes. So I don't know if that's Parkinson, but there's something developed from some kind of brain damage that makes him shake from time to time and all those kind of things. Looks epileptic, looks like a variety of things, but because it was, caused by some form of harm, you can place on many things. Starts using Reader, and the shaking stops. Okay, so Reader is strong, Reader is amazing, and we keep on getting these testimonies. Testimonies are, are heartwarming. Sometimes you hear some of these things and you just have no other thing to say but praise God. Because you ask yourself, what will these lives look like without Reader? So I like Kike Lomo to share. I'm going to allow you to unmute, and I'm going to ask you to show your video as well so that we can see your face. You can share your testimony as we bring this to a wrap. Kike? Yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, so thank you, Sam, for the testimony you shared about the Parkinson. Someone actually asked me about it yesterday. I was like, I have not heard about it, that they should try Reader. But with this, I think I'll go back to the person and try to follow up and monitor it. Thank you for sharing that. I think this is why we need to share any testimony that we're having, so that we can let others know what Reader can be used for, so that we won't put limits on it. So that's that. I want to share my own. Personally, before this meeting, one of my friends from Taraba buzzed me that this Reader I used to talk about, her dad used it and it really worked for his BP. That she's going to try it one of these days. I said, wow, that's one. And personally, I used to be down with typhoid. Before, I used to go to the hospital for typhoid almost every month. But since I've started using Reader, I've never had, the typhoid has never come back since then. And apart from that, I'll keep talking about this our body wash and body butter. If you have not used it, go and use that product, so that we should have more testimony about it. Personally, I've seen improvement on my skin. Even my mom too is using it. Can see, she will just come and show her skin to me that see my skin. See this your you people products is really working. See how my skin is becoming fresh. So that's my testimony. I have many, but just let me stop here to give a chance to other people to talk. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you very much, Kike. That was awesome. The products for the body care, for the hygiene, they are amazing. They are working very well as well, and people are already vouching for them. There are people who, they don't want to use anything else. You can see the difference it's making in their skin already. Someone like me, I'm sure that's what I use. That's what I use to take my bath. That's what I use as body butter. But you may not see much of a difference, okay? Because some of us, we can't measure and say, it was bad before. But guess what? The lather, how foamy it is, how beautiful and how amazing the product's experience is something, I don't know if you have used the body wash. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Your bathroom smells fresh, your body smells fresh, and the soap lathers without being sticky. It's amazing. And of course, you feel good. Your body feels well aerated and all that. There's somebody, Nkese or Morege, who is lifting up a hand. I'm going to allow you to have voice so that you can share with us. We need to end this meeting quickly. What I haven't shared with you is the reality that someone, that apart from the fact that you can use this product and share this product, there are opportunities within this to earn phenomenal income. And I'm not going to talk about that much today, because our time is fast spent. But you can earn active income, you can earn leverage income, you can earn passive income from this opportunity. And all you need to do is come on board. There are over 13 different ways to earn, and you earn from taking the product and sharing with your friends. You earn from getting other people to buy the product. They come to the company to buy. You're not the one selling. You're not hawking. It's not for salespeople. You basically link them up to the company through your website. They buy from the company as well. The company recognizes you're the one that referred them. And this recognition is for levels and levels deep. So you can actually build this business to a point where you earn ₦1 billion on a monthly basis in the course of 5 to 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not spurious numbers. If you did any mathematics, you can calculate. The figures are there. The projections are there. Every business makes its projections. These projections are based on reality. And you can check out those projections and see what you want to achieve as well. You also earn when members of your team do what they need to do on a monthly basis. And ladies and gentlemen, the question I always like to end with and ask people is, are you qualified to live the life of your dreams? Are you qualified? Okay, is this something you're qualified to do? I can see that Nseke Omorege wants to share. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody.
1 minute. Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening, everybody.
Good
I
evening.
have a lot of testimony I've shared about how I use the fat burner, the balm, but there's something I use about something funny. On the bottle of the reader, it's written there, it shouldn't be taken when you're having diarrhea. I was purging seriously one day, and somehow I just felt I should try reader. I took reader and the thing stopped. I was afraid, but I said, let me try it. Reader can cure some things, so I'm very sure that reader will stop this thing. And the purging stopped. And since then, I do recommend it for people. It's going to cure the bacteria, so just try it. And I did it, it worked for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that's something else we also observed. So people that are running stool, if you use reader has the capacity to help you stop it. You know, that's very counterintuitive, but it does work. I've heard that testimony many times over. It's amazing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you're here today, you're a guest, please get in touch with the person that invited you. We have a training that kicks off at 7 o'clock, and that's why we're rushing to end this. That training is growing, driving growth, driving business growth, and it's about marketing. It's about today's particular training is from the group brand manager of Procter & Gamble, and it's talking about understanding your brand. If you have the link, take the link, check the link, and connect immediately this is over so that you can be a part. Tomorrow we'll continue our prospect meetings. Tomorrow is Sunday. And yes, somebody's taking 12 o'clock, somebody's taking 3 o'clock, somebody's taking 6 o'clock. Some people like to rest on Sunday. Some people like to still participate and do things on Sunday. Maybe the crowd on Sunday is going to be less, but for the sake of that one person who needs to hear about this opportunity and plug in, it's going to happen 12, 3, and 6 tomorrow as well. So see you then. If you're a guest in the house, find the person that invited you. Yetunde Ige. Find the person that invited you here and all the other guests here as well. Find your inviter, hold on to their skirts and say, how can I be part of this? How can I be a part of solving the world's problems, expanding this beyond myself, and making a fortune so that I can leave a legacy doing this? Thank you very much for everybody coming to listen to me. God bless you. God cause his face to shine upon you. See you at 7 o'clock if you're there. Otherwise, see you tomorrow or see you in one Zoom meeting around the corner down there, because in these days, we are going from Zoom to Zoom. Thank you very much, everyone. God bless.